Greetings, peace and blessings. Good afternoon or good evening. May my love, may my light enlighten your day. And remind yourself, dear souls, that love, joy, fulfillment are perfect fruits from the tree of life. The fertile darkness of the soil or the darkness of your soul. The waiting, the not yet, maybe one day, are places in divine creation too. We are part of that divine creation. We are conscious creators ourselves, so to speak. Once you're in that utter awareness, you give yourself permission to be as you are, where you are. You allow life to happen through you, from you. Embrace it all and remind yourself that all is well in my world. So today or this evening, I like to bring a topic in a session, as I always do. So sit back, relax, unwind. Just for today, I surrender my worries to the great mystery. I'm okay with not having everything figured out right now. I am safe to give myself permission to let go. Know it so, or don't know it. Don't know it, be a poet. So, formal introductions. I'm Claire, I'm a mystic Sufi. I'm a poet. I'm a being me. And just for today, I release all impatience, bitterness, and anger, and I offer myself the gift of peace. I prefer to be in the peace. I prefer to be as much in the peace as possible. I don't know about any of you guys, but just for today, in any way, whatever comes, I let go of what no longer feels right. And even if I'm in the flow or in the zone, I create a space, whatever situation, for things to inspire me these days. I step into a new space where inspiration is the key, where joy, peace, love, and harmony are within me. So if you want to join in this and trust in the process, rewire your mind one thought at a time. I surrender myself to the highest intelligence of life. I surrender my soul to my higher self, for my higher self is to guide me within the flow and the zone. The space of your own thoughts. What resides within, it's within you. But these sessions are to remind you that I value myself and my life. Affirm back to yourself. My time and my energy are a precious, but these sessions are to remind you that I value myself and my life. Affirm back to yourself. My time and my energy are a precious resource. I let go of all negative thoughts, things, and people depriving me of peace, joy, and harmony. Joy, safety, and growth. And just for today, I choose a place to focus on all things positive and negative in my life, and just remind myself that I am grateful every single day, grateful in every single way. I'm grateful to be alive in my life, and just remind myself that I am grateful every single day, grateful in every single way. I'm grateful to be alive, to be the conscious observer within the breath, and to resonate within that peace and light within my own vibration. So we'll give a few moments. I'm breathing love and light and energy into every cell of my being. If you want to refer that back to yourself. Today's session is about the sacred pause. Pause for a moment, pause for a day. Pause and chill. Be your way. I like to chill. Be still. But still moments. I am where I'm meant to be at this time in order to learn and grow. So if you want to just sit back and relax, if you want to just let these affirmations and this conversation flow through you today, or you can write them down. I am patient with any resolved pain in me, knowing that it will teach me what I need to grow. I choose to be gentle with myself and the parts of me that still need healing, attention, and love, knowing that healing is an ongoing journey. Every flower was once the darkness in the soul and in the soil, and it's the same as ourselves. Before we could blossom or before we gain our light, our wings, we have to remind ourselves to be patient with ourselves. The philosophy of never giving up and giving in. Growth takes time, and healing takes time in itself. The most powerful thing that you can do is not react. Not react. The sacred pause before response is where your destiny is chosen. I will get where I want to be, but right now I'm here. That's where I'm supposed to be. And this moment matters, because in this moment is all we have, the present. We should remind ourselves that the present is a gift, so let's spend it wisely. I give myself permission to not have it all figured out. I appreciate the questions and philosophies of life and spark curiosity within me. I allow myself to feel desire and explore more. Nice. We drive on the left, don't we? Your left, my right. Really, if you think about it, England's a bit back from lots of most of the countries are driving on the other side, aren't they? But just our country mainly, and then different countries. I give myself permission to let go of all the worries that occupy my mind. I lean into the possibility that everything will take care of itself. We live in a world where it sometimes rewards now speed. It rewards the fast, the the demands, the instant gratification. And I'm okay with not knowing. And remind yourself that it's okay to let go and not know. It's okay to relax, snap judgments, and remind yourself that speed is not wisdom. Wisdom lives in the pause, in the breath. Remind ourselves to get into the oneness of that breath, in the tiny gap between the stimulus and the response. Where you are free. You are free to choose. Free to choose differently. Free to master yourself, free to walk away, free to remain, free to stay, free to speak with clarity, freedom to speak with purpose. Because I'm making room for new experiences that are about to enter my life. This sacred pause is not weakness, it's sovereignty. It's the art of owning your time and energy rather than being owned by impulse or just your lusts and your desires. It's good to have them, but not be controlled. Less haste, less speed, more poise, more silence. The Stoics knew, and Epictetus reminded us that not all things themselves disturb us, but it's our judgment of them. But if you can pause and you can change your judgment, change your view, change your perception within you, you're changing your judgment. You're changing your view. You're changing your perception. Real time. You can change the world. You can change it in the world. You can change the outer. You can change you. I can change me. I can embrace. The sacred pause is not a weakness. And remind yourself that there was no one in the whole universe that's like me. There's no one in the universe like you. Why does everybody need to conform to what everybody else's expectations are? Realize that we are giving a limited time on this earth. It's precious. Sufi mysticism teaches us to let the heart be still. Be still in the knowing. Still in your heart before the tongue moves. A tongue that races ahead of itself. Sometimes that heart can carry arrows, poison, pain to others. But really it's directed within ourselves. And I give myself permission to feel as beautiful as I am, regardless of other people's reflections, perceptions, limitations. I can decide not to change anything about myself, or I could change everything about myself. I am bold. I am beautiful. Yes. Sufi mysticism teaches us, as I said, to let the heart be still. A tongue that races ahead of itself in the heart can carry arrows. A tongue that follows the heart carries the light. Thank you, Ian. I appreciate your observation in the philosophy. Come and philosophize with us. I am a Sufi mystic. I'm into poetry and sometimes just ponder on very simple things about the meaning of life. You know, why are we here? What are we doing here? What is our purpose? And this year I was calling this Purpose, Action, Will. Sometimes I say just very short taglines because, you know, it was a bit like never give up, never give in. It was short, sweet, to the point. I don't know about you, Ian, but if you can reflect on this, I just chose over the last few years that I don't really need anybody to validate me. I'm just being me, a being. I'm not my title, I'm not my job, I'm not my experience, I'm not my skills. Just the being. Learning to be every day, to function, to exist, to survive, to thrive, to love inside. Love for no reason, for no sake, no design. Just be love with the purest intention. The quest in life is not to change anybody else, but to change myself. I decided to honour myself on my journey, and I'm pleased. I'm pleased with my progress. The sacred pause is not weakness. The pause is sacred. Do you know why? It saves relationships, saves you time. You can have vision and focus and then push yourself in the right direction by the pause, by giving yourself time to think. I don't have the answers. I know nothing at all, but I'm willing to ask for help where I need help. Same as I understand that sometimes the weight of this world is too much to carry alone. I'm worthy of receiving help, same as I'm worthy of giving help where people ask. I try with my path every single day to set good intentions, good thoughts, good feelings. And then whatever comes, whatever detours, whatever circumstances, situations, whatever. I know that I'm held and loved most of all. Thank you for liking my video. Come and join in as well. Appreciated. I think it's a time and a place. You can make a party in your own home, same as a party looking at four walls. Perception, vision. Appreciated. I used to like partying a lot, but now I prefer philosophizing, meditating, crocheting, walking. Yeah, I can constantly think of things to do, but in 24 hours, since I'm half a century now, time goes so quick. So I could need doing even more time. I wouldn't call it fake. It's called masks, and people don't realise that they put a mask on, a masquerade, as I call it. You know, the masquerade when I'm doing my poetry and I've got the masquerade and the mask on. As a philosopher myself, I've seen through it psychologically over the years to know when someone's being true or when they're not. Drama doesn't bother me, same as people's anger, someone shouting, or I don't judge things like that, Ian. Same as I can stand in any situation that's tenuous. For me, is I found that inner peace that regardless what's going off, what drama, I can stand in a house of children screaming, shouting, pots, bangs, you name it. But my way is peace. It has been for many years. So I'm all right with myself, and if there is drama or situations or circumstances, as I said, I've learnt to pause over the years. Most people think that my kindness or nice is probably I'm insecure or I'm weak in some way, because I always notice it in people's tone or how they enforce, or people think they have a sense of authority when really they don't. Oh, right, okay. Well, when you say getting involved, do you involve yourself in other people's drama? See, I don't, because I don't really talk about people. If we were in a family situation, we come from a place of love and care when we're chatting about situations. So it's life circumstances. If somebody needs genuine help, they would ask you. So from my perspective, from a healer's perspective now, I offer a nice word, or but I don't get involved in people's business unless there's somebody actually specifically says, or I need help, or can I talk to you about something? And even then, I don't judge people for whatever drama. There's a few people that I've known online quite a few years. I was going through my own crap at the time. I didn't talk about it because it was had to just get through it, knowing that nobody could really help me get through it. Um, Not because they couldn't, but not many people was equipped, or the people that would have been equipped with time, money, and resources, wouldn't have had the availability to have helped me at such that level. But most of the things that you would say are drama or chaos or other people's problems are solvable. It's just how people look at them and rewire their mind to their crap. Well, this is what I learned years ago myself. Say if somebody asks you your advice and then they take it, And I learned this more in financial services, but then I started to learn this in personal life as well. That if somebody asks you advice and they take it and then they think it was a mistake, or, because a lot of people do that, that's one of the reasons why I either will say to people, I'm either not get involved, or this is what I would do if I was you, but I'm not telling you what to do. It's just like a double confirmation that, like anybody in life, everybody really has to take accountability and responsibility for their own crap, for their own decisions and choices. We can all sit here with the blame game all day long, but it that doesn't move your purpose. It doesn't move beyond it. Hate is hate. I'm not really bothered whether people like me or don't. To be fair, I'm just me being me, and I've learned to accept that in my reality. I don't. There's things that I would like them to, or how I would want them to be, but I accept and I have the courage now to know that I can change myself, and I'm not here to convince anybody else to change. Well, nobody should be involving anybody in anybody's relationships. Your relationship is private, same as a family that prays together stays together. People join consciously and collectively, one and for all, and you can move mountains. Relationships fundamentally are the most important thing in life. Communication is the key. Without talking about things, you never resolve things. I constantly show up as myself, being me. I'm always learning, always growing, always changing. The pause is the miracle muscle. Pause is sacred. It saves relationships. Just think about it in the heat of a discussion. Say if, you know, you decide to pause instead of raising your voice or getting angry. It's actually just sit and reflect, or stand and reflect. Because when you really think of the sum of our thoughts, or the sum of our whole consciousness in the ether, we're all part of that same source, that same light. Our soul is anyway. So really there should be some unity within that light. But we just forget. Or where we feel pressed for an answer, so we give a reaction rather than thinking what's best for ourselves, ultimately, first. Yeah, very true, very true. Yeah. Allow your higher self to lead you instead of your wound. This is what I've consciously been trying to rewire myself on this path for the last few years, is remind myself that anything in the past is in the past. It's just let go. It's what was. What being now is what's now. Try not to hold on to things that are resentful. And you'll find then that your heart as a muscle becomes more resilient. Remember that our words can heal, our words can harm. Choose wisely. Remember that a wound can linger. It can sting, it can hurt. But the gift that you can give to yourself is foresight. Allow yourself, your higher self, to lead you instead of your wound. Pause is a spiritual muscle. The more you train it, the more resilient you become. You will notice anxiety soften, anger dissolve, and deeper kind of freedom arise. In the silence, you are untouchable. You belong to yourself. You belong to your God, your creator. You are part of the earth. And you trust that the work that you're doing on yourself will pour into your own healing. What's mine is mine, what is yours is yours. You can only be pulled into a direction if you allow yourself to be pulled. Remember when you're steering your own relationship with yourself. You can listen, time and patience to listen to somebody else. You still don't have to be involved. To pause. The more you train it, the more resilient you become. You will notice, as I said, anxiety soften, frustration, anger. The deeper kind of freedom will arise in you in your silence. You will be untouchable. So practice that next time life demands a reaction, give yourself a sacred pause as I remind you to breathe, pause. Because in that pause, you may just find the power. You may just find your inner peace. And you may just find your path. Mm. It depends in the context, dear Ian. We're not really, we don't really have to explain ourselves, granted. You know, I'm very cautious now of old statements, old ways, wives' tales, people's, you know, what do they say? What's the word? It'll come to me in a minute. Menopause is like, hey, I'll find that word. It's not jinx. I'm trying to think what it is. Superstition, that's it, superstition. Superstition. I'm not really into superstition or anything like that, you know, old wives' tales, old statements. That's why I philosophize about words in the context. Communication is the key. So, you know, like anything, pause, breathe, and make a conscious decision and choice how you're going to choose to talk about something. The tone and the context. Part of life. We don't know how long we've got on this earth plane. I'm grateful for every single day. I'm grateful just to have this body to be the conscious observer of life, to walk in life, to breathe in life, to love life, to love a creative mind. I'm grateful for a loving soul. If you have favourable years ahead, be well, enjoy, live with purpose. I hope you do. And with those years, I hope you will have many happy memories. Because that's what, you know, when you on the pause and the still in your moments on your own, or when we get that time to contemplate and go back in the past. Happy memories are what we cherish, cherishing the time. So as we're guiding ourselves back to alignment, reminding ourselves that our heart is sacred, our space is sacred. It's a privilege to sit here with you and share my time. Also, there's no looking, there's just being. If that helps you, Ian, being the peace, feeling the peace, calming the breath, lowering your shoulders, feeling the peace in your heart, peace in all yourselves. If you want to grab your journal, as I said in some of the sessions, or if you come and join me on lives, or if you catch my videos, because there's more going on. It's about reframing the mind and choosing on the path different thoughts, different way the wind and the stream goes. You just grow. You're welcome. I hope it assists you on your own path, just probably getting you to see things, just different angles, different perceptions, different sort of musing around in your mind, feeling with your heart. As I said, each topic is a time for us to wrestle within ourselves. I don't need to know people's situations unless if you want to divulge and share. That's what this live stream's for. It's not just me talking here. It's a chance for you to sit with a Sufi mystic. Doesn't claim to know anything, but humble enough that in my vision and my foresight, in my clairvoyance, if I do, I'll share it. I don't really share my inner world because my inner world is sacred. It's my sacred place, my peaceful place. But I share parts of me when I choose to be flowing in the moment. I suppose if I have other people that smile and giggle along the way, it makes my day. Spreading joy. Reminding ourselves that in the test of life, we're in a constant training ground, turning minutes into moments, notes into memoirs, live streams into training grounds, topics to wrestle with, sacred pause before response. We've all done it, reacting too quickly, responding and reacting rather than pausing and reflecting. Because now, myself as a mystic, over the years, I can see so many different perspectives, but quite simply, what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. That's okay if people don't accept it. It's because if you've evolved, Ian, people might say that, oh, why have you changed, or you've changed. You could pause, you could choose a reaction, you could choose a response, you can choose a life affirming. We could choose not to say anything at all, because that's the beauty of not having to justify yourself to anyone. We could just say, I choose to change. You choose not to. Life is a choice. I'd rather gamble on making a change than staying the same. It's great being in your comfort zone. That's easy. Great, actually. You know, sometimes it could be bliss. You know, maybe not to be as awake sometimes. The right to speak, the right not to speak, the right to remain silent, the right to not be silent. Communication is the key. The tone and context in which you deliver something, whether it's a message, whether it's a meeting, whether it's an important call, whether it's something that's tragic, whether it's something that's heartfelt, whether it's a loving message. I know over the years, even though I do like genuine, loving messages, a handwritten one will always far outweigh nowadays something that we could get digitally online. Why? Because someone has patiently, digitally put the effort and time and vision into writing something with a purpose and their own free will from their heart. It doesn't matter whether people spell right, spell back to front, as long as anything is about intention. And as you get to know me or get to know parts of me, one of the things that I do always talk about clarity is intention, what your intention is. As I say, in the duality of light and dark, yin and yang, good and bad, wrong or right, up or down, left or right. There's your perception in your intention. Was your intention something that was positive or negative behind it? And nowadays, some people justify, oh, I was doing it for a positive reason, because some people in very dark psychology are twisted in their own lies and deception to try and make people think a particular way. Very true. Value yourself. I do. My words are precious. I tend to think, I tend to feel. That's why sometimes I feel and think through interactions that I'm having as well. A magical being. I, I like dragons. Higher dragon, purple dragon. Right. Um, you're right, but I was going to say that words go into the ether. They go. People forget our thoughts and our words. They're living. It's been proven it. It's the same with cymatics, vibration, whether it's harmonic, vibration, words, music. We all have a resonance. That's why I said the beauty is that you can breathe love and light and alignment into your cell, into your being, same as you can breathe love and light into a kind message. Something that's heartfelt, that somebody cherishes. What if I told you that we could all transform ourselves into magical beings? Being where we need to be to learn and grow. Pause before we respond. My pause is my power. I am patient with the unresolved pain in me. I choose to be gentle and forgive the parts of me that are taking time to heal, that still need healing and need love. I remind myself that in the silence, the truth appears. I remind myself that a candle burns beyond our fears. The tongue is restrained. I sometimes wear my choker and chains. Metaphors and words for the heart that sets us free. Be the guiding force within thee. The pause becomes your forever and eternity. I will get where I need to be and want to be, for right now I'm here. But there is a heavenly abode, a place to continue to grow. Sometimes I feel stifled, whereas nature should be feeling free. But I give myself permission that I may not have everything figured out, but the revelations will set me free. We sometimes want to know the truth, but then we cannot handle the truth when it's facing us. I wonder why. But I appreciate so many questions. I trust the right people came into my life, whether it for a moment, a season, or my life. Trust in the opportunities, surrender to the process. Healing begins within. You forgive yourself most of all. Remind yourself that your light is strong. Enjoy your silence, Ian. If you want to, close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Pause. Remind yourself that you're okay with not knowing. This is a journey. Let it go. Let everything go for the moment. Imagine a glowing sphere of light resting in your chest, in your heart, opening your heart. Your heart, a nice pink space. Might have a comfy sofa in there, you know what I mean? When we're in the heart chamber, meditating on the heart, in the heart, being in the heart, living in the heart, centered on the heart all the time. Imagine as you're relaxing with your breathing, if you're used to doing the meditations now, the sphere of light that's resting in your chest is growing. Each time someone's words strike at you, the light expands instead of contracting. Inhale deeply and remind yourself you're making room for the new experiences that are entering your life. Inhale deeply and see the light you hold is strong. The urge to react will drift away. Choosing to be grateful anchors a new pattern. Breathe before reaction. Even if you pause for 3 seconds, 5 seconds. I've noticed in meetings, I've practiced it many times, and I've done it in face-to-face interaction. It's quite funny when you pause them for 10, 15 seconds, you can see everybody a bit like, okay, all right. You can see everybody getting a bit, either what's coming next or shall I say something? But inside, it's like over the last few years, even in many situations, I've just thought, right, I just imagine if I'm coming out on my live stream that if people are trying to portray and put their perceptions and projections onto me, I'll just imagine that everybody's naked. Then it doesn't matter about people's egos and masks and attitudes. Reminding myself that I am unique and I'm special. I'm love. I'm light. I am the light that anchors a new pattern. The pause before word. A recollection as sum of ideas and a sum of new thoughts that come in my way. New ideas that I have every day. Naked in the truth to see the beauty that a sentient being as myself we should all be within that sentience. Embracing the nakedism, the nakedness, the nakedness. Go round the mulberry bush. I'll go naked around the mountain. Hello. Greetings, salutation. I'm a miss. I'm a miss. I'm not a madam. You know what I mean? I could be pretending. You know what I mean? If I was like playing fancy dress up. But no. I'm Miss Claire. Extraordinaire. I mean, eccentric. Sufi. Lightworker. Indigo. Rainbow. Unaku. Miss. Miss. Not unless if it's just in the context of, hey there, missus. Why? Who are you wankers? Who are you tossers? I mean, dickheads. Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to share in your life? Can I just remind yourself to love yourself? Love your body, mind, and soul. I don't know why I need to say that to you. What is it that you're looking for? What is it that you're rejecting? This exercise is called, in your meditation while we're continuing, if you're just joined in, breathe, catch up, relax. Smile! Ding dong! No, we're not playing today. Right. I don't have to be perfect. I just need to be real. I'll do fine for you. That's okay. That's okay, honey. Don't worry. I mean, things will all work out. When they don't, and we're gone, you know what I mean? I'll be on the other side anyway. Chit chatting over there to, like, you know, relatives and friends and everybody that people forget about, you know what I mean? Let alone everybody forgetting in this life. Fuck's sake. Anyway, reminding us to be better, not bitter. But if I'm fine for you, I'm like a fine wine. I'm maturing, you know, growing disgracefully, one day at a time. So what was that? I was in one. Was it on Sunday? Was in one. Was it? That's why I kept reading it, thinking, okay, what do you mean by that? Yeah. Hello, help, help, SOS. Oh, okay, fine. Did you enjoy sharing that revelation with me? Maybe you'd like a slap and tickle. I don't know. Maybe you'd just like, you really needed a nice tickle. Actually, I just think you need softening off, don't you, really? Not hard enough. Or maybe take you from soft to hard. No, do do I remember? No, I don't remember. What am I meant to be remembering? Or is this called let's play some mind games? we got glad today. Okay. Help! You know, are we talking in parables, or am I just meant to, like, in my psychic self just like get it? Remind ourselves that I am worthy, you are worthy of receiving divine revelation. Oh, would you, honey? Do you want to give me a back massage? I could do with that, actually. I nearly booked myself one in. I am here for the uncomfortable sensations within me, even whatever they are that make me feel uncomfortable. I'll hear them. I'll feel them. I'll go in the flow, go in the zone. I offer myself with gentleness wherever I am. Also, sorry, I stuffed anyway. You know what I mean? I just, I can be a cowbag sometimes. You know, I'm just very sarcastic. I have the power to overcome all perceived obstacles. Hello, how have I been? How have you been? How have you been? Have you been alright? You know what I mean? Where's my normal hair? What do you mean my normal? Where's my normal self? My authentic self? I just decided to chop it off. I thought, do you know what I mean? Fuck it, I'm chopping it off. Chop a bit, chop a bit. I just decided to have a good trim and just look around. So I've still got. That's good that you're good. I just thought. Make my face look a little bit longer. The menopause, and you know what I mean. My jowls, I didn't have jowls 2 years. Literally within 12 months, my gravity's just gone. Hello, and estrogen's gone. No, put some weight gain on. Shit. I embrace it. I might not like it, but I entertain it. I go and play some keep fat on my floor with keep fit. And I wonder why my back's hurting, and then go in at night. Oh, maybe I need to dance it off a bit more. I haven't read that in my friend years ago. I have got it's a bit like an encyclopedia. It's like a witch's Bible, but it goes into occult, stoic, tarot, all sorts of things. She bought it me many years ago. I've had it about 30 years. This book, it's a big thick one. I think she got it from Waterstones. You can still get it. So wait, is it playtime? Is it playtime? Would I be up for seconds? Dinner time? Would I be up for seconds, thirds? Yeah, well, I've quite appetite sometimes, you know what I mean? But I don't know what I would be agreeing to. I mean, treacle, pudding, and custard, seconds. Okay. Have fun. Remind myself that I'm an abundant being. If they're not trolls. What, I don't, no, they're just human beings doing their thing. Like I say, anything goes as long as it's not discriminatory, hate. You know, I'm a very patient, peaceful, tolerant individual. Whether it's a banter or have a laugh, as long as people are not taking piss out of people, I'm all right. You know what I mean? There's plenty of people, plenty of places, all online and in life, that people are doing that. I just choose not to. But if I needed to assert my authority, Ian, I'm quite capable. I just choose the peace. I am the peace. I trust in God, I trust in the angels, I trust myself. I surrender to the process. What will be, will be. Que sera, sera. Holding the image, holding the vision. Imagine a scenario. I'm resilient, Ian. I'm stronger than sometimes you know, I'm strong spiritually. So, excuse me. And I've got the protection of God and the armor of God, and I don't go around causing shit in people's lives. I go to sleep in peace. I feel at ease. I know I don't go around causing shit in people's lives. I'm alright. Imagine yourself, regardless of someone criticizing you, regardless of a partner snapping at you, or a stranger provoking you. Imagine yourself reacting differently, pausing, and taking one deep breath and waiting. Remind yourself always that the strength is in that pause. Enjoy your cooking, Ian. That's what I'm going to do. I've got to get some new baking trays. I'm going to bake some buns and cookies and Rocky Road. Rocky Road's not hard, you know what I mean? Chocolate cheesecake, maybe a few cheesecakes. A few years ago, when I got on my mission, obviously I was cooking for 6 men, well, 6 boys. Well, yeah, really. But and then everybody else, because it ended up like a banderie of everybody else as well, because we had quads and motorbikes. So on a Sunday, it was everybody used to come over, and before I know it, I just thought it was easy just to cook for everybody. But anyway, I went on a mission cooking bagels. Most people would be baking 6 or 8. No, I was doing 36. Because one person wouldn't just have one bagel, would they? It's just cooked out of the oven. Nice and fresh. That's that smell. No, they'll have 6. So my cookathons years ago were catered more around making sure that everybody got fed. These days, in the name of fun, as long as I enjoy it, it's a lot harder to cook by yourself. When I haven't got the sons or here all the time, with them being at uni now and working and stuff. Um, it's the same years ago. I like to sit down and sit at a table, and I think it's a good time to communicate. It's a good time to have a laugh. Good time to have some banter. Remind yourself always. I think this is a lot of time when you choose to pause and see things differently. A lot of time we choose responses because we think it's better to seem strong rather than giving ourselves permission not to be strong. Remind ourselves that it's okay to not be right, and reminding ourselves that we give ourselves our own permission, what we want to do when we want to do it. Mr. Trump man's going for it. I don't know whatever he's going for, but just let him enjoy. He might just be having a magical moment. He might just be in this wonderland in this live stream just for a moment in time, and he's going for it. Whatever that is that he may want to go for. Remind yourself that give yourself permission that you are good enough, you are valued. Remind yourself that you are fine as you are. Love yourself deeper and deeper and deeper every single day. Have the courage to go for it. As you say, you're going to go for it. Go for your dreams. The what ifs, if you don't do what it is that you really want to do, or give something a go, how will you know? Hey, Mom. Hello. I don't think I'm your mum. I am a mum. I'm not. My sons very rarely would be out on the scroll. They're too busy doing their own thing. I'm going to say, you can't be one of mine. So, all right, okay. Why? Do you need a mummy figure? Hey, do you need some love? Some love and some nice discipline. I accept that some problems and solutions are beyond me, whereas sometimes I know that I can take care of my energy. Okay. Well, there are people that do rage baiting, baiting, do things to just get a reaction. Some people do it on videos. I seem lovely. Me, no. Lovely. Please. I am who I am, so being me. You know what I mean? I'm on a journey. Gonna come on a ride? There's a lot of people that come on the journey and some have jumped off. I've let them. Some have just gone, bye then. Maybe I'll see you next life. Okay, you told me that you loved me 5 years ago. Oh, what, you know? Oh, you told me that you were going to be my best friend. Oh, you told me this. Oh, you told me. Oh, you promised me this. I forgive myself. To remind myself not to hold anything anymore. Thank you. You too. Have a lovely evening. I don't hold anything. I just make the best of everything. I've made the best in the last few years. I found it quite entertaining how I'd actually really done very little, but actually it was quite a lot because I've mentally unravelled a lot. That I feel at peace with myself morning, noon, and night. I remind myself of how worthy and how amazing I am. These traits that I have over the years, I'm cultivating and growing even more. It's like over the years, regardless of people being negative with hate speech or criticizing or putting people down, that's why over the years sometimes I just pause because what are they saying? Why are we at? Why say anything at all? Most of the time. What I feel about me is the most important. What God, what my family think about me. But remind yourself how grateful you are. Imagine yourself illuminating the path. Extend yourself and notice how the energy shifts when you don't rush to respond. Journal what comes up every single day. Did you feel calmer? Do you feel more calmer and confident after this time with me? Do you feel more calm and confident by rewiring your mind? Journal it down. Do you feel better when you choose to pause rather than react? Letting things go rather than harbour things? Do you feel better when you see your new choices? Or the choices that you made 12 months ago are now coming to light, they're coming to fruition, they're manifesting. Say if you wanted to make you some conscious choices in your life, whatever they are that you want to change, once you start to see them and you embody them, like any yogi knows or any person that does breath work or facilitates this type of work, 30 days is a good reset, 45 days it really sinks into the subconscious. As we're taught in yoga, even though I'm not a teacher, having sat around many teachers and listened over the years and been in classes, if you get to day 9 and then you have 2 steps back, say, and you forget to do it for 2 days, 3 days, you start your day 1 again of your 30 days again. You don't start on day 10. Because anything needs, like any program, it needs to be installed or deinstalled from how we've been neurally programmed. Notice the energy shift. Notice that when you're in peace, there's less conflict. When you're calm, no one can shake you, no one can break you. You can bend. That's what some of my posts were about, the bending, like bamboo. I know many years ago when I grew bamboo, I grew golden bamboo, black bamboo. In my last place, it was lovely. I was in the wind, you could hear it down the lane. But it didn't break, even though it massive winds. It bent over, did some weird things, grew some weird shapes, but kept its form. You're welcome. If you'd like to do me a video, whether you want to send it me or not, I don't know. You're very welcome. No one should shake you, no one should break you. Oh, I'm not going to be taking you. You should be putting your number on here anyway. Right, I won't be contacting you. Right. I don't go out of my way to contact people. And over the last course of months, I've decided I'm definitely no longer contacting people, unless it's work, business, or I'm asking a particular question. I'll stay to my own lane. That's it. I'm okay. I'm alright. Staying in my own lane. I feel like full load of washing. Listen, well, we're having a bit of banter on the screen. That's fine. But really, truthfully, you're only having a bit of fun on screen. And I'm really not taking it seriously. I'm alright as I am anyway. Yeah, so I found myself, even when I started doing breath work and meditation work or even yoga work years ago, even though I'm not a teacher, but I like to learn things, reminding myself that it takes 30 days to install new habits, new programs, new ways, new being. 45 days really aligns it. What's brilliant? What is brilliant? By practicing these things, you'll find that you'll have less conflict, less frustration. You're more being in oneness with yourself. And even the pause is a little it's a little micro meditation. The pause is a micro meditation. Meditating, listening. Giving yourself those pauses that, yeah, in a way you're having those microsecond meditative moments. It teaches you to listen, teaches you to listen to the soul whisper. It teaches you to have psychic clarity. It allows you to trust your intuitive insights. and to see beyond the surface, see beyond the emotional noise. So breathe with me now and inhale peace, exhale the past. Listen, me, I'm a spiritual celibate. I really don't go sharing myself with anybody because I just don't really, because like, you know, people are a bit more promiscuous these days. STIs, HIV, that type of thing. So I really don't think you should be setting your attention onto me. That's just me spiritually being honest with you. It's okay. It's a little bit flattering. It's okay, but I'm a spiritual celibate. If I was in a relationship, I would be devoted to somebody, but I don't do online things. I don't do situationships. I don't do seeing where it goes. My heart is open, but I have to have sort of a boundary, a gatekeeper on myself, not for myself, but because of the very hurtful people that are out in the world. I've let down my guard a few times over the last few years, and unfortunately, every single time, I either get mistaken or I get hurt in the process. I can accept it because it's part of life, but until somebody can actually see me for me, and just want to be around, to just be around, being, to exist, to coexist, but to cooperate and communicate. I can communicate my desires all day long. I've just chosen in my own vocation, like I have over the last few years. I'm keeping my devotion to God. Not a morsel of a man, of emotion, of breadcrumbs, or someone else's version of love. If someone cannot hear and see me intuitively, intentively, to know what it is in the communication, to ask me what my love is or my love language, I don't want it. I don't want someone else's version of mediocre, or I'll give you a bit because I'm bored, or, you know, I'm not sure where I want to be in life, or I'm busy now, but I'll give you some time later. I don't want it. I've just chosen in my life that I'm breathing a love and light and alignment into myself like I have over the last few years. I'm going to continue to romance in my soul. I know what love is. I have felt love. It's not to say that I don't have love in my life. I have love for God, love for angels, love for nature, love for myself. I resonate that love, and I suppose sometimes that I attract it in the sexual kind of way by some of you, or a few of you. I could be flattered, but truly, in my heart of hearts, I'm being honest, I'm not. But I'm just being me. And over the years, I've shared parts of me, but I'm staying to my own lane, because every single time when I do try to just be myself with people, especially online, especially with strangers or people that try to get to know me, unfortunately, there's something in yourself that you need to look at in your own reflection sometimes. That's all I need to say. I don't want to judge anybody. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to be patient with myself. I'm here to understand that growth takes time, like healing takes time. I'm here to remind myself that the pause is sacred, same as my heart is. And I carry it beyond this meditation. I may not be where I want to be, but I make the best of where I am. Right now, all that matters in my life is joy, peace, and harmony. I really don't have many things that I suffer with pain anymore, because I've reminded myself that I'm grateful. I remember to now pause, breathe, receive, and choose. I can make my decisions and choices, but I cannot change somebody else's decisions and choices. Only you can do that. I'm not here to convince anybody to like me, loathe me, or love me. If you don't, that's fine. I let you. It makes no consequence to me because you don't run my life, you don't pay my bills. And I know that everything that is aligned for me, God shows me that's aligned because it's there for me. I surrender to the process because the pause is sacred. I carry it beyond every single day, knowing that the right people and the right situations are coming into my life. All right, John? Good afternoon. Peace and blessings. I lean on the possibility that everything will take care of itself and everything is all right in my world. I rewire my mind one thought at a time, tracing my steps as I go and I grow. Good evening, peace and blessings, salutations. Rewiring my mind, reminding myself that my reaction is not my identity. I can pause, I can breathe, I can choose differently every day. Reframing my mind, I can silence myself and remind myself that silence isn't weakness. For all that I am and all that I become, the pause is the strength that's hidden in plain sight. And food for the soul. I think I have one bag. I might have. I've been rearranging my cupboards just because autumn winter's setting in, and obviously I'm going to be arts, crafts, crochet, hobby, walking, making soups, cakes, buns. So I needed some more space. So I've just been creating space to fill with more space. And sweeties, please. Chocolate. 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 Please. I choose to be grateful for all that I have and all that I receive, and reminding myself that in the pause the soul speaks. The world listens differently. The most powerful choice that you have is the pause before you respond. Master the moment and master yourself. The greatest spiritual challenge that you have is mastering you. The pause is your power. Breathe, wait, choose. Stillness is your sovereignty, and not every reaction deserves my energy. So we've reached the end of today's discussion. I could talk about lots of things, politics, economics. I could talk about the injustices of the world. I could talk about the war of the mind, the war in our body, the genocide. I could talk about the agenda. I could talk about the cabal. I could talk about, many things in this world within realization. But I just decided that the best place to be over the last few years is just being. And the only way to change my environment is to change me. And the only way to have the power is the power within myself. Knowing that I have the power to change, knowing that I'm unique, and knowing that my strengths sometimes are not always seen, but they're witnessed because I try to be the same, whether I'm in my dreams, whether I'm in my life, whether I'm in the privacy of my own home, and just know that time is precious and life is a gift. And even when I'm not around anymore, I'm hoping that I'll just be cherished the moments that I shared. So with that, in today's journey, the silence to hold. Can you imagine if someone said, "Here, hold my heart in your hands," and how many people go and trash what is beautiful? that uniqueness. And that's what I find in that boldness of other people in their quirks sometimes, or the kinks and the fetishes, or the way the mannerisms, and the way the simplicity makes me laugh. So I remind myself that I don't have to change anything about myself, but if I decide to, it's because I've chosen to change. I've made those conscious decisions. So if my session sparks something in you or arouse you to maybe straighten up your own life, maybe to see things differently, maybe to have better relationships, maybe going forth and doing something that's amazing. Remind yourself that the seeds for tomorrow are the seeds that you plant today. If you've planted amazing seeds a few years ago, you're probably seeing the fruition from your efforts. If you started a year ago, you will see the results as they come to life. But the more you put into the effort in yourself, even though you may have the neglect of others, you will always be able to walk the path in life. Remember, until next time we meet, continue to grow. Remind yourself that you are grounded. I will message you, no worries. So thank you for sharing your presence. Thank you for those that sharing is caring. Thank you for those that have light my way and even liked my video today. It's an honor. So till next time, whatever your soul chooses to do, remind yourself to be authentic and true. Good night, all. As Jim Bob would say, good night, good night, good night, Marianne, good night, Jim Bob, good night, good night, and good night. Bless you. Bless me, bless you, bless me, bless you.